President Biden comes out, his Labor Department. They want to lift the threshold for salary workers to receive overtime pay. This would lift the limit to $55,000. And this would make about 3.6 million more salary workers, like your restaurant managers, your grocery store managers, eligible for overtime pay. Now, some of you are going, that makes a lot of sense, Ken. That's only right. They work overtime. They should be paid. Well, the government should not decide that. More on that in a second. And again, this is going to require you to use your common sense. Please try. Here we go. Acting Secretary Julie Su said workers deserve to continue to share in the economic prosperity of Bidenomics. Now, I'll leave it to you all if you think that we are in a season of economic prosperity. If you think inflation going through the roof and sustaining itself with a little bit of an up and down, up and down, up and down, you're out of your mind if you think that this is prosperity. So what does the Biden administration want to do in a prolonged season of inflation? They want to pour fuel on the fire. Now, wait a second, Ken, what are you talking about? Well, when you require businesses to pay overtime where they do not previously pay overtime, guess what happens? Anybody? Okay, listen, snowflakes, those of you who get so offended by this stuff. Listen to basic economics. If you require a small business, hotel, restaurant, whatever, to pay overtime when they previously haven't paid overtime to salaried workers who signed up for the situation knowing what it is, here's what happens. Number one, the business passes the cost on to you, the consumer. So there's more inflation. Okay? So what cost you $20 before cost you $25. The second thing that happens when you force overtime pay is companies will lay people off. So what's wrong with this Biden policy is they're going to push people out of work. But see, they don't care about that because it sounds good in a political presidential election. We're going to raise the lid to $55,000 a year. You can get time and a half. Okay. All right. Now let's think through that. Small businesses are the ones that traditionally rely on salaried positions in leadership roles. And they pay overtime to hourly workers, but salary workers traditionally don't get it. And again, this is not like some bait and switch. People understand this going in. America's small business men and women who are fighting for survival right now are the ones that are going to get hurt by this. Now, you could say, Ken, that's conservative Republican. No, it isn't. That's just common sense. I talk to small business owners. I know what their challenges are. Now, this isn't going to go anywhere, just like I told you that Biden's student loan forgiveness wasn't going to go anywhere, and the Supreme Court shut it down. The Trump administration has already raised it. In 2019, the Trump administration raised it from $23,000, in 2019, from $23,600 to where now it's at $35,500. Obama tried to raise it to $47,000 and a judge blocked it. Real small businesses, real businesses will fight this. This is not a Democrat, Republican issue, conservative, liberal issue. This is an economic issue. And when politicians, many of whom have never run a business, have no idea what it means to meet payroll, start meddling in things like this, they screw it up. This is why it's bad. Folks, if you want inflation to stay around, then just go for whatever keeps raising everybody's income artificially. And then inflation is going to stay around forever. Mark my words.